Paris, Madrid, Rome. That's what they tell you Buenos Aires feels like. And for the first 48 hours, I believed them. I walked through these grand avenues, admired the incredible architecture, and thought to myself, wow, it's a little piece of Europe at the end of the world. But I was wrong. I was only looking at the surface. I was seeing the mask, but I hadn't met the real face of the city yet. Because underneath that elegant European mask, Buenos Aires has a wild, passionate, and beautifully chaotic South American heart. It took me getting lost, making mistakes, and talking to locals to finally understand it. Today, I'm sharing 5 fundamental truths about this city that I learned the hard way. These are the lessons that will take you beyond the tourist trail and into the true soul of Buenos Aires. Okay, let's start with the big one, Tango. Your guidebook probably points you here to Caminito in La Boca. And yes, it's colorful. It's great for photos, and you'll see dancers performing on the street. But let me be blunt. This is Tango for tourists. It's a show. The real Tango, the one that's a conversation without words, doesn't live in the streets. It lives in the city's milongas. These are traditional dance halls hidden away in neighborhood clubs. I walked into one on a Tuesday night, feeling completely intimidated. The room was dimly lit, filled with locals of all ages. No one was performing for me. They were dancing for themselves. The intensity, the respect, the silent codes of who you ask to dance. It was mesmerizing. You don't have to be a dancer to go. Find a milonga like La Veruta or Salon Canning. Order a glass of Malbec and just watch. Feel the music. That's where you'll find the real soul of tango. It's not a performance. It's a passion. Argentina means steak, right? So naturally, I went straight to a famous, expensive parrilla in Palermo. And it was good, don't get me wrong, but it felt international. It wasn't until I asked a taxi driver where he eats with his family that I discovered the real temple of Argentine food, the Bodegon. A Bodegon is a neighborhood institution. It's loud, it's not fancy, and the menu probably hasn't changed in 50 years. I sat down at a place called El Librero, and the waiter, who looked like he'd worked there his whole life, just pointed at the menu and said, Milanesa Napolitana. It was huge, crispy, covered in cheese and ham, and it felt like a hug from an Argentine grandmother. This is where you find the real comida portina. The homemade pastas, the stews, the giant portions meant for sharing. This is where the city actually eats. The steak is incredible, yes, but the soul of the city's food scene is in these noisy, nostalgic, and absolutely delicious time capsules. It's easy to be seduced by the pristine beauty of Recoleta, the architecture, the famous cemetery. It feels like a perfect, polished city. But I realized I was missing the point. The true beauty of Buenos Aires isn't in its perfection. It's in its faded grandeur, its history, its scars. Instead of just staying in the rich neighborhoods, spend a day walking through San Telmo or Montserrat. Look up. You'll see these incredible French-style buildings that have lived 100 lives. You'll see graffiti that isn't just art, but passionate political statements. This city is constantly in conversation with its own complicated past. You'll feel the passion, the nostalgia, the melancholia everywhere. Don't look for a perfect city. Look for a city with a story, and you'll find Buenos Aires is one of the most beautiful in the world. I made a classic tourist mistake. I planned my days around lunch and a late dinner, but I kept noticing that around 5 p.m., the city would just pause. The cafes would fill up with people, not for a quick coffee to go, but for a full-on ritual. I had discovered the merienda. Merienda is so much more than a snack. It's a sacred 2-hour affair. It's about sitting down, meeting friends, and indulging in facturas, delicious pastries. The star of the show is the media luna, a sweet, sticky croissant. My favorite moment? Ordering a submarino and watching the bar of chocolate melt into the hot milk. In a city that can feel fast-paced and intense, the merienda is a reminder to slow down, to connect, and to enjoy the sweet side of life. Don't skip it. You can't understand the passion of Buenos Aires without understanding its relationship with football. I thought it was just a sport. Then I went to a bar in the neighborhood of La Boca on a game day. The energy was electric. It was like being in a church, a theater, and a battlefield all at once. Every emotion is amplified to the extreme. The joy, the despair, the absolute devotion to a set of colors. I suddenly understood. This wasn't just about a game. This passion is the same passion you see in the tango, in the political debates, in how people love and argue. Football is the key that unlocks the Argentine soul. You don't even have to see a game. Just be in the city when one is happening, and you will feel its heartbeat. So, is Buenos Aires European? Yes, on the surface. But its heart? This heart is fiercely, passionately, and unapologetically South American. It's a city you have to experience with all your senses. A city that rewards you for looking a little deeper. But that's just my experience. I'd love to hear from you. What's the most surprising thing you've learned about a city while traveling? Share your story in the comments below. Let's inspire each other to dig deeper. And if you believe that travel is about understanding the soul of a place, then you've found your community. Make sure you subscribe and join us for our next adventure. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. Next time, we're heading high into the Andes, to a city closer to the sky, the ancient capital of the Inca Empire, Cusco, Peru. It's going to be breathtaking. Until then, stay curious. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. Next time, we're heading high into the Andes, to a city closer to the sky, the ancient capital of the Inca Empire, Cusco, Peru. It's going to be breathtaking. Until then, stay curious.